campus on Sunday afternoon, preparing for a campus tour that I'm going to be delivering during our reunion this week. Well, the campus tour is an experience that looks at the campus circa 1961 to 1974, or as I like to say, 13 great years in the history of Punahou School. The backbone of the tour is takes a look at the buildings that did exist at Punahou and do exist at Punahou, and associates one great memory with each location. As I was going around with my co-presenter, I mentioned to him that I didn't have a memory for McNeil Hall. And for those of you who are of my vintage and beyond, may remember that building stood on our campus from 1956 to 1997 and is currently replaced by the Science Center. My co-presenter said, well, I have a great reunion. This was the place where we all stood as a class and gathered together before we boarded the buses to go to the Honolulu International Center and receive our diplomas. And he said, that was a great time. And I looked at him and I said, no, it wasn't. I didn't want to graduate. So I suppose that my reluctance to graduate has made it easier for me to volunteer here. Maybe too easy, because despite working a 40-hour job, despite volunteering at other places, I often have people look at me and go, but you work here, don't you? No, maybe not, but not for pay. But maybe it's in my blood. My family has had a connection with this school even before it opened its doors. My great-great-grandfather, in fact, P.C. Jones, even though he wasn't a missionary descendant, he was the treasurer for Punahou for 40 years, and in 1907, he gave the $8,500 that went to build the president's house. Amazingly though, I don't say this president's house, because a year later, before the house was occupied, it burned down, and he went and gave the money again to build this president's house. I'm kind of glad that we don't have smoking allowed anymore, because if you expect me to do what my great-grandfather did, I don't know that I could fork up that much money. Anyway. But maybe I like to volunteer because I'm a member of the great Punahou class of 1974. I have classmates with whom I've shared life's journey, and I enjoy sharing our emerging common bonds through my class blog and through reunion service. I hope that our 45th reunion only strengthens those bonds further and prepares us for our 50th. Or maybe it's the opportunity that I've been given to volunteer in the school archives. I thank Mary Jo Harada and our school archivist, Kylie Marr, who allow me to, on a weekly basis, delve into the stories that exist in those gray boxes that sit in the archives. There's so many wonderful tales to tell. I also work there with another winner of this award, Miss Joyce Salmon, who won the Old School Award in 2017, and thank you for being here today, Joyce. She's a retired cook librarian, and she served from 1966 to 2003. And if you like me citing dates like I have so far, you can thank Miss Joyce for that. And maybe also that I like volunteering here because I spent 18 years as a Punahou parent. I am so blessed to have my 4 children with me today. They traveled here from my daughter from 2005, Valerie from Seattle, my twins, Richard from Cleveland, Ohio, my daughter Jane from Los Angeles, and my daughter Diane, member of the class of 2012, all the way from New York City. Thank you so much for making the effort. I'd like to point out that Richard and Jane are twins, which in my book is a blessing, because if I didn't have them as twins, I would have had to do 4 carnival shifts as well. But what I know for sure is that the big reason why I volunteer is my parents. My mother is, and I'm so sad that they cannot make it here today. My mother, Lynne Gartley, is a member of the class of 1948. She's a Hash House girl and very proud of it. and she came here from Wailuku, Maui, and spent 2 blessed years on the campus. She married my father, Frederick Schuler Gartley, who came a little bit closer. He lived up on Capella Drive. He walked to school. And he's a member of the class of 49, and this is his 70th reunion. I love that we are on the same schedule together. But my parents continually demonstrated to me the truth of Romans 12, verse 6, which is, having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, let us use them. My parents were very involved in their classes and their Punahou. They served on the alumni board. They did whatever needed to be done. There was, I was especially, they volunteered actively as a parent as well, and their gift to me of this school was really spelled out to me when I received a very cheerful good morning as I shuffled down the line in Dole Cafeteria, having just returned from, having just disembarked from the bus from our post-graduation party at Pearl Harbor. It was 4 a.m. in the morning. Just how long had they gotten there before to make those pancakes? And really, they have to be so cheerful. My parents showed me that sharing our gifts is something that one just does. It's our gift. If our gift is service, then we serve. Your attention today honors my service. I thank you for the opportunity to provide it. You are the wind beneath my wings. Thank you very much.